You wake up tired, not just a little tired, the kind of tired that sleep does not fix. You go to the gym and you feel like you're pushing through wet concrete. Your belly is growing and you're not eating more than you used to. Your drive, your motivation, your ambition, even your mood, it has all gone quiet. And the worst part? Nobody has a real answer for you. Your doctor checks your blood work and says everything looks normal, but you know something is wrong. You can feel it. Here is what I want you to know right now. You are not imagining it. You are not just getting old, and you are absolutely not lazy. What is happening inside your body is a measurable, documented biological shift, and today I'm going to show you exactly what is causing it, what actually reverses it, and what is quietly making it worse without you even knowing. I am going to make you 3 promises before we go any further. First, everything I show you today is backed by real clinical research, not bro science, not supplement company marketing, actual peer-reviewed science that you can look up yourself. Second, I am going to tell you exactly what is wasting your money right now, because the testosterone supplement industry is worth billions of dollars, and most of it is built on ingredients that do almost nothing at the doses they use. And third, at the very end of this video, I'm going to show you one specific thing that raises free testosterone and costs you absolutely nothing. Not a supplement, not a program, something free that takes 5 minutes and that almost no doctor ever brings up. Stay with me until the end, because that last one might be the most important thing you hear today. Let us start with the single most powerful natural testosterone trigger available to you right now. Lift heavy things. I know that sounds simple, but here is why it works at a level most people never understand. When you perform heavy resistance training, compound movements like squats, deadlifts, rows, your brain reads that as a survival signal. It interprets that level of physical demand as a threat that requires your body to be stronger. In response, your pituitary gland releases a hormone called luteinizing hormone, LH. Think of LH as a direct text message from your brain to your testes, and that message says, produce testosterone now. What this means for you is that 3 sessions per week of heavy compound lifting can measurably raise your testosterone levels within weeks without a single supplement. And the research on this is consistent across multiple studies in men over 50. Here is your one action step today. If you are not doing heavy lower body training at least once a week, add it this week. Not machines, not cardio. Barbell squats, deadlifts, or even heavy goblet squats. That single session begins the signal chain. Fix vitamin D and zinc first. Here is something that will change how you think about testosterone supplements entirely. Your body cannot manufacture testosterone without raw materials. The 2 most critical raw materials are vitamin D and zinc. Without adequate levels of both, your body's testosterone production system simply cannot function. No matter what else you do, think of it this way. Imagine you hired the best construction crew in the world class, but you gave them no bricks. Nothing gets built. That is exactly what happens when your vitamin D or zinc levels are low. Your biology wants to produce testosterone, but it literally does not have the material to do it. What this means for you is this. Over 70% of men over the age of 50 are deficient in at least one of these 2 nutrients. And that deficiency alone can suppress your testosterone by up to 30%. From a vitamin deficiency that a simple blood test can identify and a cheap supplement can correct. Here is your action step. Before you spend a single dollar on any testosterone booster, get a blood test. Ask your doctor to check your vitamin D and your zinc levels. If either is low, correcting that deficiency may give you more results than anything else on this list. Protect your sleep. This one is the most underestimated factor in testosterone production, and it is completely free to fix. Your body manufactures the vast majority of its daily testosterone during deep sleep. Specifically, during the slow wave and REM sleep stages that happen mostly between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Here is how I want you to picture this. Your body runs a testosterone factory every single night. That factory has a specific operating window. When you are in deep sleep during that window, the factory runs at full capacity. When you are awake, restless, or sleeping at inconsistent times, the factory shuts down early. What this means for you: researchers found that just 1 week of sleeping fewer than 6 hours per night reduced testosterone levels by up to 15% in otherwise healthy men. 1 week, that is not a slow decline over years. That is a 15% drop in 7 days from something as simple as staying up too late. Your action step today is this. Choose a consistent bedtime tonight and protect it like it is a business meeting you cannot cancel. Same time every night, including weekends. That single habit protects your production window more than most supplements on the market. Now let us talk about supplements, because there is one that actually has real clinical evidence behind it. But first, you need to understand the single biggest enemy of testosterone in men over 50. It is not age, it is not diet, it is cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. And cortisol and testosterone share the same biological production pathway. When your cortisol goes up, and in men over 50 it tends to run chronically high, testosterone gets squeezed out. They compete for the same resources inside your body. This is why men under extreme work stress, financial pressure, or chronic poor sleep often have the lowest testosterone levels, regardless of how well they eat or exercise. Ashwagandha, specifically the extract called KSM 1066, is the most clinically studied natural cortisol reducer we currently have. A double-blind clinical trial found that KSM 1066 ashwagandha produced a 17% increase in testosterone in men with elevated stress levels. What this means for you is that if your life carries significant stress, and whose does not after 50, this is the one supplement with a credible mechanism and credible data behind it. Your action step: if you decide to try ashwagandha, look specifically for KSM 1066 on the label. Generic ashwagandha products use different extraction methods and do not produce the same results seen in the clinical research. Cut the hidden killers. You can do everything right: lift, sleep, take your supplements, and still have suppressed testosterone if you are constantly exposing yourself to 3 hidden killers that most men have never considered. The first is plastic food and drink containers. Many plastics contain a compound called BPA, bisphenol A. BPA mimics estrogen inside the male body. It binds to the same receptors that estrogen does, and over time it drives up your estrogen levels and drives down your testosterone. Switching to glass or stainless steel containers is a simple, immediate change with a real biological effect. The second is alcohol. Even moderate, social drinking, just a few drinks a week, has been shown to directly suppress testosterone production in the testes for up to 24 hours after each drink. This is not about being extreme. It is just understanding what that glass of wine is doing at a hormonal level. The third is processed seed oils: canola oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil. These are everywhere in processed and restaurant food. Multiple studies have linked high seed oil consumption to lower testosterone levels in men. Switching to olive oil or butter for your cooking is a quiet but meaningful change. Your action step: pick one of these 3 this week. Just one. Remove it or reduce it. Small removals, real, measurable differences. I want to tell you about a man I know, 57 years old, going to the gym 4 days a week, taking 6 different supplements every morning, sleeping 7 hours a night, still exhausted, still watching his muscle disappear no matter how hard he trained, still gaining belly fat around his midsection despite eating reasonably well. He had convinced himself it was just age, that this was simply what getting older felt like, and he had mostly made peace with it, even though a part of him refused to fully accept it. He was not broken, he was not lazy, he was not just getting old. He had a vitamin D level of 18, severely deficient, and had never been told to check it. He was sleeping at wildly inconsistent times, sometimes 10 p.m., sometimes 1 a.m., destroying his production window every night without knowing it. He was drinking from a plastic water bottle every single day at work. And the ashwagandha he was taking was a generic brand with no KSM 66, essentially doing nothing. 3 changes, not 12. 360 days later, he told me something I have not forgotten. He said, "I did not get my energy back. I got myself back." That is what this is really about. Not a number on a lab report, not a before and after photo, getting yourself back. And the science says that is still possible at 50, at 57, at 63. The biology is still there. It just needs the right inputs. The myth bust. Before I give you the final thing I promised at the start, let me save you some money. Most commercial testosterone booster supplements do not work. Not because the concept is wrong, but because the products are built around marketing, not clinical evidence. The most common ingredients, Tribulus terrestris, fenugreek, DHEA blends, either have no meaningful clinical evidence at the doses used, or require doses far higher than what is in the product to produce any measurable effect. You will see the word proprietary blend on a lot of these products. That phrase exists specifically so the company does not have to tell you how little of each ingredient is actually in the capsule. Here is the brutal truth. If a supplement promises to skyrocket your testosterone on the label, put it back on the shelf. Real clinical results are measured in modest, meaningful percentages over weeks, not overnight transformations. The real boosters are the ones we have already covered. They cost less, they have more evidence behind them, and they work with your biology instead of marketing to your frustration. The hidden gem. Now, here's the thing I promised you at the beginning, the one that costs nothing. Morning sunlight combined with cold water on your face within 30 minutes of waking up. Here is the science in plain language. Morning light, specifically natural sunlight hitting your eyes in the first 30 minutes after you wake, activates your hypothalamus. Your hypothalamus is the master control center of your entire hormonal system. It sets what researchers call your cortisol awakening response, a natural, healthy cortisol spike in the morning that, when it peaks early and drops naturally through the day, creates the ideal hormonal environment for testosterone to rise in the afternoon window. Cold water on your face, or even a brief cold rinse, activates your vagus nerve, which regulates your stress response and directly supports that same hormonal cascade. Together, these two inputs take about 5 minutes. They cost nothing. And in men who are consistent with this practice, measurable improvements in energy, mood, and free testosterone markers have been documented within 2 to 3 weeks, 5 minutes, every morning. No purchase required. That is the one your doctor almost certainly has never mentioned. Conclusion. Let me bring this home for you quickly. You do not need 12 supplements. You do not need an expensive program. You need the right inputs. And now you know what they are. Lift heavy 3 times a week. Check your vitamin D and zinc before you buy anything else. Protect your sleep window like your hormone production depends on it, because it does. If stress is a factor, try KSM Nidus 66 Ashwagandha specifically. Remove the plastic, reduce the alcohol, swap the seed oils, and spend 5 minutes in morning sunlight with cold water on your face. That is it. That is the complete picture, built on real science, tested in real men, with no agenda except to give you accurate information. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, which one of these 5 are you going to start with this week? Just one. Tell me which one and why. I read every single reply and I respond to as many as I can. And if this gave you something real today, something you can actually use, hit subscribe. Every week I break down exactly what the science says about staying strong, sharp, and healthy after 50.